Hey there, and welcome. We all know that modern yoga is absolutely amazing for our bodies, for fitness, but that's really just the tip of a huge ancient iceberg. Today we're diving into what yoga was always meant to be, a powerful technology designed for consciousness itself. So, have you ever been in a yoga class, maybe holding a pose, and you get this little feeling, this nudge, that there's something way deeper going on that you haven't quite tapped into yet? Well, if that's you, you've come to the right place. You're sensing the real heart of the practice.
Okay, so let's break this down. On one hand, we've got what you might call gym yoga. Here the focus is often on how the pose looks, on performance, on perfecting the body like an object. But on the other hand, you've got spiritual yoga. And here, the body isn't an object to be perfected, it's a vessel, a vehicle for awareness. The goal isn't performance, it's embodiment.
Now, to really get this deeper purpose, we kind of have to flip a switch in our brains. We need to stop seeing reality as, a collection of solid, separate things and start seeing it for what it truly is, a constant, dynamic state of change.
And that brings us to this idea of flow. What's wild is that both ancient wisdom and modern physics are on the same page here. This moment, right now, it isn't some frozen snapshot in time. It's just a seamless part of a process that never, ever stops. To be alive is to be in flux.
What's really cool is this isn't just a yogic idea. It's a universal truth that pops up in major philosophies all over the world. Each one had its own way of seeing it. For the Greeks, it was like a cosmic fire. For the Buddhists, a candle flame, always changing. The Taoists saw it as water, and many indigenous cultures saw it in the symbol of the spiral.
The Greek philosopher Heraclitus just nailed it when he said this. Think about it. The river is constantly flowing, changing, and you're also changing, moment to moment. It's the perfect picture of how both we and the world are in this constant dance of becoming something new. Okay, so if the whole point is to get in sync with this universal flow, how on earth do we actually do that? Well, the answer isn't out there somewhere. It's inside us. It's about understanding our own inner map, the energetic system that yogis call the subtle body.
In yogic thought, we're not just this one physical thing. It's like we have these 5 layers or sheaths called koshas. The whole spiritual journey is really about moving our awareness through these layers, starting with the most obvious one, our physical body, and going all the way inward to our core of pure, unconditional joy.
Now, the key that unlocks all these layers, it's something called prana. Yeah, it gets translated as life force, but if you look at the Sanskrit roots, pra means constant, and ana means movement. So it's the energy of constant movement. It's the software that runs the whole system.
So where does this prana go? Well, it travels through this incredible network of thousands of channels called nadis. Think of it like a massive energetic highway system inside you. The goal in spiritual yoga is to balance the 2 main highways on the sides, the calming Ida and the activating Pingala, so that energy can flow right up the central channel, the Sushumna, which is the path to awakening.
And right along that central highway, you've got the chakras. Now, these aren't just colorful, static discs like you see in pictures. They're more like spinning wheels or vortices of energy. They're these powerful meeting points where our consciousness and our biology connect, managing everything from our basic survival instincts all the way up to our spiritual connection.
All right, so now we have the map. We know about the koshas, prana, nadis, chakras, but what are the actual tools we use to navigate this inner world and start working with this energy?
Believe it or not, the most powerful tool you have is the one you're using this very second. It's your breath. It's the literal bridge between your physical body and your energetic body. It's the only thing in your system, like your heartbeat or digestion, that runs on autopilot, but that you can also grab the steering wheel and take control of anytime you want. There's this amazing old yogic text that says, "The Lord of the senses is the mind. The Lord of the mind is the breath." So what does that even mean? It means if your mind is racing with a million thoughts, you don't fight the mind directly. The entry point, the control panel, is the breath. When you regulate your breath, you automatically regulate your mind. Okay, let's try something right now. Seriously, wherever you are. Just take a normal breath in and out. Now, on your next inhale, don't just think about air. Feel the energy as an inward and upward current. And as you exhale, feel that sensation of grounding, of energy moving down and out. See that? You're not just moving air, you're literally directing the flow of your own life force.
So this is the big question, right?
how do we take this amazing awareness off the mat and into, well, real life? How do we stay in the flow when we're stuck in traffic or dealing with a stressful email?
Well, it really comes down to a choice between two ways of being. There's static living, which is all about resistance. When stress hits, we brace, we tighten, we ask, why is this happening to me? And it is exhausting. And then there's flow living. This is about participation. We soften, we breathe, and we ask, how is this moving through me? This makes us resilient, adaptive.
And here is a super simple but game-changing trick you can use. Instead of saying, I am stressed, which makes it your identity, try shifting the language to, I am experiencing a wave of stress. A wave, by its very nature, has to rise, peak, and pass. This little change reminds you that you are the whole vast ocean, not just this one temporary wave.
So where is all of this heading? What's the end game here? What's the ultimate goal of all this practice? And maybe more importantly, how do we walk this path safely?
Look, this stuff is incredibly powerful, so we have to approach it with a lot of respect. There are some key safety rules. First, grounding is non-negotiable. Always make sure your foundation is solid before you start reaching for the sky. Second, don't force anything. You can't muscle your way to enlightenment. You have to allow it to unfold. And finally, and this is huge, find a good, experienced teacher. This isn't a journey you want to take all alone.
And this brings us to this beautiful quote from the poet Rumi that just perfectly sums up the whole journey. It's a powerful reminder that the goal isn't about getting some flashy superpowers to change the world. The real revolution, the wise path, is the internal one.
And that is the state this practice helps you find. It's not about making life stop being chaotic, because let's face it, it won't. The goal is to find that silent, still center inside the hurricane, the eye of the storm. That calm, unshakable place that exists right in the middle of all the motion. So, as we wrap up, I'll leave you with this one simple question to carry with you. Just for a moment, take a breath, tune in, and ask yourself, where is my center right now?